50 years. It's been a half a century since the little amplifier company that would become AR began in the basement of one of the founders' homes. Donald Shepard, Shep as he is called, always said his basement was a great place to start, because the only place to go from there was up. But no one ever envisioned the heights that AR would reach. So what do we have to show for 50 years? More achievements than we ever imagined. In 1969, we were designing and building amplifiers in the basement, and Shep was selling them from the trunk of his car. And they did sell. In fact, from 1970 to 2001, AR grew at a rate of 25% every year. So in 1970, we moved up to a rented storefront. And by 1972, we were selling amps across the United States and into Europe. Business was definitely taking off. And in 1973, Amplifier Research moved to new headquarters in Souderton, PA. A number of innovations began to establish AR as an industry leader. In 1976, we introduced the first 10,000-watt tube amplifier that covered the 10 kHz to 100 MHz frequency range. In 1988, AR built the first 100-watt solid-state 100 to 1,000 MHz instantaneous bandwidth amplifier. By 1990, we'd grown into his second building at our Souderton location. In 1992, AR's reputation and business had grown to where we needed a third building erected at our headquarters, and the AR workforce was now 100 strong. In 2001, we expanded our capabilities into amplifier modules and customized systems with the acquisition of Calmus, now AR Modular RF. The first 10,000-watt 80 kHz to 250 MHz solid-state amplifier came along in 2003, and of course it came from AR. We created a clean room in 2005, moving AR into the world of microelectronics. We introduced the industry to another first in 2007, a 10 to 20 GHz 5-watt instantaneous bandwidth amplifier. In 2008, we launched AR Europe to better serve our growing list of global clients. AR continued and still continues to promote innovation and push boundaries with first after first after first. In 2012, we designed the only 16,000-watt solid-state amplifier to 225 MHz. 2014, we introduced the 3,000-watt 1 to 2.5 GHz S-Series solid-state amplifier, which is still the highest power over this frequency range. Also in 2014, we opened a new 15,000 square foot building at our headquarters. This made it possible to build the world's first 50,000-watt RF solid-state linear amplifier. Then, we doubled it with a 100,000-watt version. In 2015, we expanded our microelectronics lab and introduced the first 0.7 to 6 GHz linear amplifier using microelectronic technology. We created the first production 10,000-watt solid-state amplifier to 1,000 MHz in 2016. AR was awarded EMC Live Product of the Year in 2017 and earned the EMC Live EMC Product of the Year again in 2018 for our AA series. And in the same year, we acquired SunAR Sciences Corporation, now SunAR RF Motion. Another major milestone was the development of the widest bandwidth high-power linear amplifiers on the market, with a frequency range from 10 kHz to 1,000 MHz, and with output powers to 250 watts. We have a lot to show for the first 50 years, but wait till you see what's next.